was brought together by Phil Purvis, our chairman. It was an idea he had one evening driving home from work, and it really came about because East Lothian Council has a partnership with the Rwandan Olympic Committee since the Commonwealth Games. We got in touch with East Lothian, we got in touch with the SFA, and we wanted to do something in Rwanda, to go out there and maybe help the coaches there, and also from our own point of view to learn how the Rwandans actually deal with the conditions that they have and learn about their country. It was a fantastic trip that 9 coaches from the club, with 3 individuals from the SFA, Sean McCauley from East Lothian, Alan Chucky White from Hearts, and we had Mark Fleming, the SFA chaplain, that was the leader of the group.
I had a lot of contacts within the country, having been there so often, so I knew coaches from all the youth academies. The national team manager was a good friend, so I had some decent contacts that I could give the guys that I was bringing across.
The decision was made in November that we would go, and the opportunity to go in June was put in front of us. So it was pretty much 4.5 months that we had a hard fundraising.
A lot of people didn't think we would do it, but it was amazing the power of the community and other supporters of the club that we managed to raise that amount of money.
The first reaction, there's bound to be that culture shock, because when I take a group to Rwanda, the first thing I do is educate them on the genocide. So I take them around genocide memorial places, I introduce them to people that have survived the genocide so that they can understand the country in the context of its past and appreciate how far the country's come.
The locals have a celebration, if you like, 100 days after the genocide finished. We happened to be there on the 100 days, and it was overpowering at times, I would say, when we were at the memorials, the emotions for the people that were there mourning their kin, but it also set us well for the trip.
We learned about the country, the genocide. We then went round a lot of the academies in Kigali.
Well, the coach education sessions themselves weren't an issue. We do it every single day here across in Scotland. The biggest challenge for us was the environment. There wasn't any of these lush grass pitches. There was just really dust and gravel ground that they play their matches on, that they do their training on.
They're playing in the cow fields to play their football, playing with footballs with absolutely no leather on them at all.
Once we got used to that, the courses were great, and the people that were taking part in the courses brought the expected levels of enthusiasm with them.
Left! Left! Right! 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 Left! Left! Fantastic!
We then went round all the different academies, and you could see every single academy, they were using the drills that they had been shown from the coach Ed, and they take everything on board.
They never stopped. Their hunger to play put our kids to shame, shall we say. There was no moaning. The commitment, and it was 100% in every drill. We also delivered a development workshop about the club, how our club has grown over the last 10-15 years, how it's structured, the type of things that we do in the community. Gave them advice on how to engage more with their community.
I've put something in place to show them how we operate in Scotland, and at this moment in time they're looking at that to try and understand what parts of that might help them as a footballing nation, and also with the Rwandan FA as well.
We went to see the street kids, the kids that were living on the streets. That was a bit something to see actually. It was quite an eye-opener, quite extreme conditions these kids are living in.
These kids were absolutely delighted to get a wee Hearts top or a wee Barcelona or a Liverpool kit or something like that.
My favourite part had to be working with the disabled kids. It was just so fulfilling to be teaching these kids and to gain them a wee bit of enjoyment in their life, and just the smiles on their faces, and seeing them having so much of a good time. It was just absolutely fantastic.
The thing that really impressed me as well was the way they were willing to assimilate into Rwandan culture, and they were willing just to get, stuck into Rwandan lifestyle. And they didn't come with all their kind of Western expectations, but they were willing just to assimilate into the culture and get involved. So all round they were much appreciated, and I know the Tranent guys really appreciated the Rwandans too.
think the biggest thing was being accepted by in their culture. We walked in, we were the white man in a country. They accepted us with open arms. Thank you very much for coming. We are so delighted you're here. It was good to feel so welcome.
It just leaves something in here that you're not going to forget that.
And it's not just a case of, you know, just going there and doing your stuff and then leaving and then everything remains the same. I really think that Sean and Chalky and all the Tranent Colts guys have left something, left a legacy, if you will, that the guys in Rwanda are picking up the material and running with it and actually developing the game there.
And they still keep in contact, the coaches, with a lot of us that have been there. Always asking questions, and they have ideas that they share with us, and we share and give our advice as well.
Hopefully we've left a legacy of a relationship between ourselves and the people we met in Rwanda as well. Also with the Rwandan FA, and they know that we're here. Now whether we can go back to the country or help them remotely, we'll do our very best to do that.
Personally, I'd like to thank all the coaches that were involved. Alan White, the Hearts, Sean McCauley, Mark Fleming, SFA Chaplain. He set the trip, he set everywhere we were visiting, he set up the accommodation, he set up the transport and everything. Huge thank you to him. Big thank you to East Lothian Council for making it all possible. They gave us the connections over there, so yeah, could go on and on. Could go on and on. But fantastic experience.